Yo, what's up guys, welcome back to another video, and it's been a long time. It's been on 5 days since I've posted a video, but it's been for me 2 weeks since I've done a reaction because I scheduled loads of videos in advance and then I went away. Yeah, and this is my first reaction back, and the video we are doing is when suspects try to seduce cops. I mean, I don't know, I just saw it pop up and I thought this could be an interesting reaction. And I mean, yeah, I guess this stuff probably happens quite a lot, because if a girl, or I guess if a man, if they're good looking, they're probably going to try and use their looks to their advantage. But yeah, we're going to check this out. Hopefully you're going to enjoy. Hopefully you're all doing well as well, because again, it's been a long time since I've done a reaction and I guess spoken to you in one of these videos. But we're going to check this out. Hopefully you're going to enjoy. Links are also in the description to my Patreon if you want to see some more of my reactions. But let's see suspects trying to seduce cops. It doesn't say if they're successful or not, so maybe in some of these they actually are successful, but I'm going to assume they're not. But yeah, we're going to check this out.
Police can often use many violent methods to try and escape. But what happens when suspects try to seduce and flirt with cops to avoid sentences? Here are 4 examples of when this...
Of course, it's females. All these girls trying to use their looks to... I mean, I say look, some of these look a bit scary, to be honest. They all look quite scary. But trying to use them to their advantage. I'm intrigued to see how the cops react. Because I can't, like, pretend that they'll probably deal with this on maybe a yearly basis. They'll have interactions like this, but yeah, I mean, it is a weird one.
Very situation was caught on camera, starting with 48-year-old Kelly Barton, who drove into a lamppost while transporting a special needs patient for work. However, when police arrived, she was looking a little worse for wear.
Kelly?
Yes?
How are you doing?
Good.
Kelly admits that she had too much to drink that evening, but doesn't admit to driving, despite it being her job. Unfortunately for her, though, security camera footage from the gas station proves...
Oh, did she swap places with the other person?
...that she was, in fact, behind the wheel, and is now facing charges of both DUI and neglect due to the responsibility she carried while driving with the patient. But as an ambulance pulls up to perform some tests on her, Kelly reveals that she has another trick up her sleeve, and begins repeatedly flirting with all of the officers at the scene.
Look at you handsome.
You want the light squad to check you, ma'am?
Let them do what they gotta do. Come on, boys. Hey, hey. I want the little young
Oh my god.
boys. Ask me how I'm feeling. Let the little young boys tell me. Let me tell you something. What I would do to you with your blue eyes.
So let me check your blood sugar
Okay.
real quick.
Look at him. I would do him in a way that he won't accept. Hey, look. He can look tough all he wants, right? Don't let me.
This isn't as extreme though. This is just a bit weird, but this isn't as extreme because I feel like, yeah, this is never gonna actually work either.
After multiple tests,
It's the alcohol talking in a sense.
it's clear to the officers that Kelly was way over the legal limits and is arrested for driving while intoxicated. And after struggling to get her into the police vehicle, she's sent on her way to the police station. But if you think Kelly was bold for talking to cops like that, 18-year-old Skylar Fluss is on a completely different level, going so far as to post this video to thousands of people bragging about how she got away with a DUI.
I got out of a DUI and got let off with a warning.
Skylar was pulled over after an officer saw her weaving around the road in a way that suggested she might not have been completely sober. But according to her video, she claims that using her flirtatious and quick wit, she managed to trick the officer and get away with a warning.
I blew a 3.8 and he let me off with a f***ing warning and gave me his number and said we should meet for coffee or lunch. He was hot, so I'm getting lunch with him tomorrow.
Did this actually happen? What the
If her story is true, then the officer would be in serious trouble. But luckily, the officer in question recorded the entire interaction on his body cam, and the video tells a completely different story.
Hello, my name's Deputy Stallman, the Jefferson County Sheriff's Office. I pulled you over because you were weaving a little bit back there. Where are you coming from?
I was coming from my friend's house. I actually just got dumped.
Okay.
So I was like crying and like I'm really
Okay.
sorry.
Were you on your phone and stuff too?
I was trying to call him to get a hold of him because my heart hurts
Okay.
so bad.
Well, I'm just concerned that you were weaving because of alcohol, but if you're on your phone, Have you been drinking or anything tonight? No? Okay.
The deputy then does give Skylar a card with the sheriff department's information on it, but it didn't include his personal number.
Bro, this is such a liar, man. So she just made up some sob story. And this is the case. Oh my god, this liar, man. I'm so happy that this footage came out.
And it didn't come with an invitation to dinner.
Sounds like you're having a rough night, so I'm not going to add to that by writing you a ticket or anything, okay? So I'm just going to give you a warning. It's not a big deal. I just want to make sure you're okay. You were weaving a little bit, and I just want to make sure you're okay to operate the motor vehicle, and I believe you are. So my information's right here on the front. The reason I stopped you here is on the back. Where we were headed, get there safely, and I'm sorry you're having a bad night.
Yeah, I'm just right down the street. I'm
Okay.
sorry.
No, you're fine. Yeah, no, you don't need to apologize. I mean, you were weaving a little bit with no traffic out. I just want to make sure you're okay, that's all.
Skylar's video doesn't just contain disgusting footage of her laughing and bragging about exploiting this officer's kindness, but also states that she blew a 3.8 on the breathalyzer.
Such a lie. She just wants attention, man. There's just people like this. They just lie or they just love attention, so they'll make something sound more extreme or whatever. This kind of stuff. And yeah, these people are so frustrating. But I don't know if there was any consequences after this, but I hope there was. Maybe we're gonna find out, but I'm assuming there won't be.
Ignoring that she wasn't even tested in the first place. The legal limit is only around 0.8 and already makes driving dangerous. But a reading of 3.8 would imply Skylar was not only blackout drunk, but close to death, as at a level of 4.0, respiratory failure is likely. But this doesn't mean Skylar was lying about being drunk underage. Videos were later discovered of her chugging tequila from the bottle and acting drunk at a party just hours before she was caught driving. After she was confronted with this, Skylar confessed and admitted to everything.
I ended up getting a little too intoxicated. I was taking shots.
She ended up on the news. What the hell is going on? I'm so baffled.
And I decided to make the dumb decision to get into my car and drive.
She also admitted that the officer never asked her out. That was just a lie for social media attention. Regardless of her confession, though, no further action was taken against her or the officer who failed to test her. But the same can't be said for Lydia Badillo. She was caught trying to transport 2 illegal immigrants over the Mexican border, and as soon as everything started to fall apart, she decided to try seducing the officer.
Just wait for me right here, okay? You don't have anything.
Sorry, sir.
Oh my god, I'm gonna cringe so bad. I'm gonna cringe so bad.
What?
I'm looking at your eyes.
Why?
Because you look pretty handsome.
As soon as the officer realizes something might be up with the IDs, Lydia starts to smile and stare directly at his eyes before telling him how handsome he is. Obviously, this is just a trick to try and get out of the position she's put herself in. A trick that isn't going to work on this officer.
Estos documentos por un tiempo. Por un año. Ok. Pues son falsos, ok. Y tener documentos en estados de Texas es un delito. Las ID, a esta te sale a un señor, a tuya. A esta no me sale nada. Ok, so estas identificaciones son falsas. Ok.
Her ID belongs to a man. What the fuck?
After running the woman's driver's licenses through the national database, the officer discovers that the ID numbers return completely wrong results, meaning that both of them are totally fake. It's later discovered that the 2 women with Lydia in the car are both illegal immigrants from El Salvador. What's worse is that they were being transported through a service that often forces women into
Oh my day. Okay, that is rough. I thought that she was there trying to help them. Not even that. Flipping out.
debt bondage, where the people who transported them will make them pay off their debt through forced labor and sex work. So, while Lydia was arrested and the 2 women sent back over the border, they may have been saved from years of horrible treatment and abuse. One thing's for sure though, Lydia's attempt at flirting didn't work one bit. Unlike Brooke Teague's attempt, which actually worked out well.
Oh, it worked out well for her.
So well, it's rumored that her and the cop are still together to this day. Brooke was pulled over after an officer witnessed her swerving around the road slightly, a telltale sign that the driver was either intoxicated or in need of help. So he swiftly pulled her over, only to be greeted in a surprising way.
Hey, I'm Officer Smith, Bentonville Police Department.
Nice to meet you, Mr. Smith.
I've never heard that before in a traffic stop. I appreciate that. Hey, so I'm just stopping you for improper lane use.
Sorry, I was on the phone.
You're on the phone?
I'll be honest.
Okay. Who are you on the phone with?
My baby daddy. I'll show it to you, too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Zachary?
Yeah.
How much do you have to drink tonight?
Only one drink.
Just one drink?
Yep. Yes,
Final
sir.
answer?
Miller.
A Miller Lite.
Yes. I won't lie to you, a Miller Lite.
That's all you've had.
Yes, sir. You can ask Zachary.
I don't really want to talk
I
to
know
Zachary.
you don't, but I'm just saying.
Okay.
In just this first minute of conversation, two things become clear immediately. Brooke has definitely had more than one beer to drink, and how well she and the officer seem to be getting along already. Both points that will get increasingly more obvious as the footage continues.
Yeah, I can smell it from across the car.
She's like, I had one Miller Lite. There's no. I wanted to say like a Miller did that to you.
Big Miller, 128 ounce Miller.
Freaking bucket of Miller. All right, where we at on it? Awesome. Brooke
Yes.
Teague. Am I saying that right? Teague.
Yes. Like baseball league.
Teague like baseball league.
Yep. It helps people spell it because they never spell it correctly.
Brooke then gets taken out for some sobriety tests, which take much longer than anticipated.
Here, make
What the, she say she's had one beer, but she's she's snorting over that.
me giggle. I'm sorry.
He makes me giggle too. It's a thing.
Okay.
This one's just more wholesome.
I snore. I'm from
Sorry.
Huntsville.
We're supposed to be professional.
I'm from
yeah.
Huntsville. Isn't gonna make me snort.
All right, stop laughing because you're making me laugh.
I'm not.
This is just more wholesome. I thought this was gonna be. Oh, it didn't say they failed. I asked the question at the start. Will they all be like successful or unsuccessful? I guess some were very successful.
Seriously.
I'm giggling. I'm
All right,
sorry.
this is a serious deal. All right. Okay.
You're smiling. I can't help it.
All right. Stop.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Unfortunately, despite all the jokes, Brooke failed all the sobriety tests and was put under arrest.
How much you've actually had a drink?
I've had 2 Millers.
2 Millers now. That's it.
Yes, sir. You can call Mitchell, the manager.
Okay. Well, hey, go ahead and put your hands on your back for me, okay?
Yeah.
After a search of her car, which turned up nothing but a loose car seat, she was driven back to the police station where the sparks continued to fly.
I'm with you.
No, was it just playing over here with her hair?
Oh my god, is there a dog?
There is a dog.
Where?
He's over there. Over here. His name is Kolyak.
Kolya?
That's my dog.
Is that your dog? What's his name?
His name is Coach.
Coach? I have 3 dogs. I have a Rottweiler, Great Dane, and a Mastiff.
Wow.
Did I go to high school with you?
I don't think so. Where'd you go to high school at?
Bidwell?
Yeah, not me.
Where'd you go?
Indiana. Valparaiso, Indiana.
Where in Indiana?
Valparaiso.
I was raised from Bloomfield.
Really?
Note that despite the obvious chemistry, both Brooke and the officer have remained professional and are continuing to move on with the investigation. The officer had Brooke take a blood alcohol test where she blew 0.14%, almost twice the legal limit. Brooke still spent the night in jail to sober up and had her license suspended temporarily. But this interaction shows how respect and professionalism can make an investigation much, much easier. It's just unfortunate that this cop didn't meet Brooke at a bar. Maybe things would have ended with a night at his place
Wait, I thought they said that they ended up being together.
instead of the jail.
Maybe they did after, I don't know, but yeah. It's astonishing what drugs do to people. I don't know how emergency services deal with this every day and night. Anyone remember that old dashcam footage of the girl saying, I thought you didn't give plenty... I thought you didn't give pretty girl tickets. And the cop replies, we don't. Hands her a ticket. I would love to see that video. Skylar is a real piece of work. A nice, well-behaved cop gives her a break and she causes him a whole lot of trouble. What? Wait, which one was Skylar again?
His number and
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that one. Don't get me started. What scares me about Skylar is, people completely fell for that story without even... Yeah, of course. It's been Instagram. People are seeing it's like, wow, this is crazy. But, yeah, when suspects try to seduce cops, none of these seemed to work, but then this is just the video sort of showing the ones that don't work. But I'm almost going to guarantee that 50% of the time these things probably do work, to be honest. But yeah, we're going to leave it at that. Hope you found this interesting, and until next time, like, subscribe, peace.